Good morning, Trojans. Thank you for tuning in to the Live in 5 show, where we have been living life for 10 years. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Novalee. A couple gets stranded in a Kentucky snowstorm for 14 hours.
This morning's weather is pretty cool. Will we be getting some clouds or even some rain? We'll find out more about that in a second.
The Lakers played against the Pistons yesterday. I'll tell you all about it next, coming up next.
In the movie Shawn Sheep, a courageous sheep goes on a journey to find his missing farmer and the other farm animals.
A new electric tire charges electric cars while driving.
We have those stories and a lot more on the other side of the break. Stick around.
Whoa. Hey man, where'd you get that?
I got it at the studio store for 49 bucks, but you better get it quick because they're selling out.
Oh, cool.
2 year book left, only the $49.
You have yearbooks? Yeah, good enough. You change.
We have no more yearbook, I'm sorry.
You're not one of us anymore.
You on a bus now.
Us now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're back, Trojans.
It's time for the Tetzlaff play-by-play.
In celebrating 10 years of the Live in 5 show, Tetzlaff participated in an LA program for the Polar Express in 2005.
Not too long after camp, NBTV was invited to the Cerritos Library to document the celebration banquet of students who participated in an LA County supported program, Project Read, that sponsored student reading in association with the film The Polar Express. In fact, NBTV had an exclusive interview with this book's author, an opportunity other television stations didn't get while they were there.
All aboard!
And that's just what these students did. They aborted the reading train for the Polar Express project, sponsored by Operation Read and LA County's 4th District. The objective of this program is to get kids to read. Just what is Operation Read?
Operation Read was originally started to help kids in the juvenile justice system who were in camp and who could not read above a 3rd or 4th grade level. It quickly progressed to be a prevention tool to go to kids like you in elementary, middle, and high school to encourage you to love the printed word. So what we started using was books and film. You read the book, you do the writing assignments and the research, and you get to see the movie before anybody else. So we always chose books that had a film attached to it.
It all started with Winnie Jackson heading up the program. Over 500 students participated in the project. Each student was given a copy of the Polar Express. Students followed the accommodating lessons and expressed themselves through artwork and creative essays, which landed them a seat at the AMC Theater premiere, where they got a chance to see the movie before it was released to the general public. What did the kids think of the movie?
My favorite part was when they went to the North Pole.
I like the story because it's about Christmas, and Christmas is so nice because it's when you care about what you like most.
I really liked it a lot because it showed lots of feelings and action.
Well, it's pretty hard to say because I like the whole thing.
Now, why was the Polar Express chosen?
The Polar Express got started because we needed to do something for elementary school students. We'd done Lord of the Rings for middle and high school, but we had nothing for elementary school. The Polar Express, written by Chris Van Allsburg, won the highest award from the American Library Association. It has a medal on it called the Caldecott Award. That's the highest one that they give for illustration.
It all wrapped up here at the Cerritos Library. The highlight of the day was when the students got to meet the author, Chris Van Allsburg. He received several gifts from the people around the district, for which he was very grateful. He then delivered a slideshow presentation of architecture and drawings he did as a child. Mr. Van Allsburg illustrates all his books. Now, did his talent inspire the author to write later on in life?
Yeah, I actually got started making books first by being an artist, drawing pictures, and drawing pictures led me to becoming a storyteller.
Chris Van Allsburg has written a number of popular children's books. His book Jumanji, also a Caldecott Medal winner, was made into a movie in 1995. In every one of his works, you'll see a little white dog with a spot around its left eye. What is that all about?
That little white dog was a model for my first book. His name was Winston, and he was a very good model. He would sit still while I drew pictures of him. And not long after I finished that first book, Winston had an accident and he died. He got hit by a car. And I thought that a way of repaying him or thanking him for the help he gave me with my first book would be to put him in every book after that. So that's why Winston is in every book.
What did the children like about the author?
I liked when he showed us his pictures. Well, I feel like great to meet him, and I feel really happy to meet him.
Cerritos High School had an opportunity to present their own version of the book in a student-created movie. The Laker girls were on hand to represent the Laker Foundation, who helped support Operation Read. Among the many other supporters were Hyundai, Variety Children's Charity, and AMC Theaters, just to name a few. ABC Unified School District Superintendent Dr. Barnes shared among many at the closing ceremony.
He's given us a book, but he's giving us something, boys and girls, maybe even more important. And that is, he's explained to us how all of us, within every one of us, can invent new ideas, how we can explain things to ourselves and to each other, and how we can show them in books.
Long after the students left, Chris Van Allsburg made his way out the building, but couldn't leave without signing one final autograph. Over 200 first through fourth grade students were in attendance at the closing ceremony here at the Cerritos Library. It was a successful end to a successful project. For MBTV News, I'm Derek Hardy.
If anyone is interested in CJSF, please take your lunch to Miss Celestino's room today during lunch. Again, CJSF members and students interested, report to room 405 today.
Go Trojans! For their second game of the year, Tetzlaff girls basketball and boys soccer will compete against Fetty. Today the game will take place at Fetty, and to watch the game, bring your ID card to both home games and away games.
For Garden Club members, there will be a meeting in room 405 tomorrow. Report to Miss Celestino's room during lunch.
Students interested in playing in the lunchtime basketball tournament, please come to Mr. Hamamuro's room in 301 at lunch tomorrow. A meeting will be held for the basketball tournament in Mr. Hamamuro's room.
All right, Trojans, for Wednesday's Action Reaction segment, Isaac has vines that'll crack you up.
It's Isaac with this week's Vines on Siri Fails. It's supposed to be really funny, so let's take a look.
Hey Siri, are my vines funny?
No, you also look hideous on camera.
Hey Siri, find me the closest McDonald's.
Sure, it's on Fast Street just before the coronary bypass.
Hey Siri, call me the wolf.
Okay, from now on I'll call you Fatty McLoserface.
Hey Siri, do you even like me?
We're sorry, Siri cannot come to the phone right now.
Hey Siri, why do you always give me a hard time?
I'm sorry.
Well, thanks, that's so
Siri
sweet.
cannot come to the phone right now.
Hey Siri, what's the weather like? I want to go for a run.
Obviously hell is freezing over.
Hey Siri, when's the Game of Thrones marathon start?
It starts at 0 dark nerdy.
Did you know that Vine has resurrected and popular stop-motion photography? Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'll see you next week with more Vines.
Thank you, Isaac. That's it for the play-by-play at Tetzlaff.
Check out our Facebook page at Live in 5 Show to follow up on our story.
We'll be right back after the break. Those videos were not.
What's the answer for number 20?
B.
I can't control. 20-year-old Christopher Cornell is suspected of devising an attack on the U.S. Capitol. The FBI has been watching him for several months of his online habits and talks of jihad, or war against Muslim unbelievers. During a CNN interview, he revealed his plot on assassinating President Barack Obama and Congress members. Cornell said, quote, "Obama is an enemy of Allah and the Islamic State," end quote. Cornell claims that he was determined to carry out his plan.
In Yallingup, Western Australia, a crab was just minding its own business when an octopus leaped 4 feet out of the water onto the shore and attacked the crab. This is very unusual for an octopus. The tentacled creature suffocated the crab, then slowly brought him underwater where it killed and ate the sea creature.
On a trip to Kentucky, knowing that the big storm was coming on last Wednesday, Sue Ellen and Patrick Kilgallen were trying to get away from it. Unfortunately, on Interstate 65, they got stuck in the snow. The worried couple were there for 14 hours on Thursday. Patrick told CNN, quote, "We're just sitting here praying and hoping to get out," end quote. Some of the other 100 people on the freeway were taken into warming centers nearby. Time now to check in with Cameron on today's entertainment report. Good morning, Cameron.
Good morning, Shawn. In the Shawn the Sheep, Shawn convinces himself to take a from working on the farm. All is well until he ends up with a huge problem. The farmer that owns Shawn falls asleep in his trailer. The trailer gets loose because of the farmer's dog, and it rolls down a nearby steep hill. The trailer ends up in the big city. Shawn and his flock, Fawn and his flock of the sheep take a bus to the big city in an attempt to find the farmer. Shawn is determined to bring back the flock and the farmer home safe and the farm. This movie will be in theaters near you this spring. That's it for entertainment. Let's see what's going on in the world of weather. Good morning, Sammy.
Good morning, Cameron, and good morning, Tetzlaff Trojans. It's time for the weather. In our area, it'll be 60 degrees, moving more northeast. Chicago will be 41 degrees as we move our south to Hot Point, Miami, 79, with Orlando close with 78. All right, now it's time for earthquakes. In the world, there's been over 78 earthquakes, the biggest one, a 6.4 in Santander, Colombia, and in Southern California, there's been over 9 earthquakes, the biggest one, a 2.5 in Ridgecrest, California. All right, now it's time for the 5-day forecast. Today we'll be expecting some 70 degrees. The rest of the week be expecting low 80s through low 90s. All right. Make sure to send in pics at Live and 5 Show, and we'll be sure to air them on the show, or any birthdays announcements at birthdays at Live and 5 Show, and we'll be sure to air those on the show. All right, now it's time to toss it to the poll with Avery.
Good morning, Sammy. Today we have Gianna with us. Good morning, Gianna. These are statistics helpful for us. Should the same gender be able to play on the same sports team? Here's what our viewer said. Yes, because it would be easier for the schools to organize games. Another viewer said, no, because depending on the sport, it could be unfair for each gender. We want to hear from you. Be sure to visit us online at Live and 5 Show to vote. Send your comments to #Live and 5 Poll or email us at webpoll@liveand5show.com. And if it's good, we'll read it on the air. So Gianna, what do you think?
I think there should, because it would be unfair.
Well, thanks for coming on the show today. Now it's time for Sports with Christian.
So the Lakers played against the Pistons. Greg Monroe and Andre Drummond were the best players for Detroit, scoring 24 and 14. Jordan Hill led the team, making 7 shots for 16 points. Monroe missed a pair of key free throws in the last minute of the game, leading to a loss. Lakers won 85-93. In other sporting news, Kevin Durant, after being crowned MVP last season, suffered an injury last October in 2014. Durant had fractured his right foot and missed the first 17 games the Oklahoma Thunder has played last season. He had surgery in October on his foot. He has been feeling discomfort on the same foot lately and has recently undergone surgery to replace the screw in his surgically repaired foot. Durant has averaged 25.4 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 4.1 assists per game this season. Replacing Durant will be tough since the Oklahoma Thunder is trying to clinch a playoff spot in the Western Conference. That wraps it up for sports. Time now to check out your daily 411.
Thank you, Christian. Today's 411 question is, what type of tree do leprechauns supposedly live in? Hawthorn, maple, redwood, or oak? Take 5. Hawthorn. The Irish would dance around hawthorn trees and hope to catch a leprechaun.
The company Goodyear has presented a concept product called BHO3. This product is going to be a tire that will be able to charge an electric car. With the great heat generated when this wheel is spinning, Goodyear presented the tires at the 85th Geneva International Motor Show. The tires were aimed at electric companies like Tesla, whose cars can only drive a limited amount of time before having to recharge. That wraps up the Daily Live in 5. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.
You